And now it's time to finally get to know the Mr. Supranational 2023 candidates. Welcome to Super Chat with Misters episode 1. My name is Ivan, and today I'll be chatting with Mr. Supranational Belgium.
Hi, Ivan.
Mr. Supranational Greece.
Hello.
Mr. Supranational Namibia.
Hi.
Mr. Supranational Netherlands.
Hi.
Mr. Supranational Nigeria.
Hi.
Mr. Supranational Poland.
Hi.
Mr. Supranational South Africa.
Hi.
Mr. Supranational Zimbabwe.
Hello.
Hi, guys. There will be 4 parts in this episode. First, our candidates will have 20 seconds each to introduce themselves. Then they will be asked a personal question based on the facts from their biographies. Then they will make superfans happy by answering questions from superfans community. And last but not least, they will be asked one and the same general question. All right, guys, if you're ready, let's get down to our introductions. But before that, let me just remind our audience that pretty much like with Miss Supranational, you can help your favorite Mr. Supranational candidates advance to the next round of the competition by voting for them in our app. Please check out the description box below this video. There is a voting link there. Download the app if you still don't have it and vote for your favorites. Support them. All right, gentlemen, your introductions. Mr. Supranational Belgium, welcome to the Super family. Can you please shortly introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes, first of all, thanks for having me, and I'm glad to be here. So my name is Ben Steyert, representing Belgium in Poland this year. I am 27 years old. I live in the heart of our capital, Brussels, at La Bourse. I'm a real family person, and I love to be around my friends. They really have a big spot in my heart and in my life. For the rest, I love going out and dance. I love to read a good book. I love to watch a good movie. I love going for a walk, going to the gym, see friends and family, and that's about it. For the rest, I work as a marketeer, a brand manager for Wonderbox, a gift box company. I also pursue a career in modeling, so fingers crossed. And as a person, I am really persistent, really optimistic. You will rarely see me without a smile on my face. And that was me in a nutshell. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Great meeting you. Hey there, Mr. Supranational Greece. Welcome to Super Chats and welcome to the Super family. Can you please shortly introduce yourself?
Of course, my name is Michalis Kolikas. I'm from Greece. I'm the Mr. GSLS. I'm going to compete in the Supranational in July. I'm an engineer and I'm looking forward to compete.
Thank you. Great meeting you, Michalis. Mr. Supranational Namibia, hello. Could you please briefly introduce yourself?
Hi, Ivan. My name is Milan van den Berg. I was crowned Mr. Supranational Namibia on March 18th, 2023. I am working in the aviation industry currently for one of our national airlines. We focus on in-flight catering and in-flight support. And besides that, I am an absolute coffee addict.
All right. Great meeting you, Milan. And welcome to the Super family. Mr. Supranational Netherlands, welcome to the Super family. Now it's your time to introduce yourself.
Hello world, I'm Luca Darren, 26 years old, and I'm from the Netherlands. Originally I'm from the south of the Netherlands. It's a small city called Sittard, but I moved to Amsterdam because it's way bigger. My work is also there. So at the moment I'm working for an IT company. It's based in Amsterdam. It's an IT international company. And before that I have studied sports and economics. So I graduated and got my bachelor's degree. Yeah, something about myself. I'm a real sportsman. I love to be active. With sports, I mean, I love to play soccer. Padel is one of my favorites. running, being outside, being with my family and friends. So to get back to my personal me, I'm a real family person. So for me, the fact that I moved 2 hours away from my family was very hard. It's not anymore that I can call my mom and say, "Hey, mom, I bump and we can do a cup of coffee." It's not possible anymore. So if I go to the south, I have to drive 2 hours by car, and then I have to stay for a weekend. Maybe in the future, I can build a house with my family back in it.
Thank you, Luca. Great meeting you. Hey there, Mr. Supranational Nigeria. So great to meet you and welcome to the Super family. Can you please briefly introduce yourself?
My name is Nwawu Gideon Anietinfon. So people know me as Giddy Fire. Yeah, I'm 25 years old from Akwa Ibom State, Nigeria. I'm an engineer by studies, mechatronics engineering, but by profession, I'm an actor, a model, and a host. My hobbies are working out, traveling, and reading. Yeah.
Yeah, great meeting you, and thanks for joining. Hey, Mr. Supranational Poland, can you please briefly introduce yourself?
Hey there, my name is Daniel, I'm 25 years old. I come from Poland, and since 2016 I've been doing modeling. Now I'm represented by an agency, AS Management. Yeah, so far I used to work for sports brands like 4F or Outhorn. I was in Istanbul for some time, and in Madrid also. Besides that, I do judo. I'm a judo player, and I love playing football too. So I play football every week.
Right, great meeting you, Daniel, and welcome to the Super family. Hello, Mr. Supranational South Africa. Welcome to the Super family. Can you please briefly introduce yourself?
Good day, everybody. I'm Tyler Ribeiro. I am 30 years old, and I'm from the city of Pretoria in Gauteng within South Africa. I studied chemical engineering and further studied my engineers to obtain my master's in data analytics. My current occupation is being a data scientist for one of South Africa's top technology firms. When I'm not working, I enjoy the outdoors, such as hiking, river rafting, and skydiving. And when you don't find me outdoors, you will find me indoors, wrapped up in a blanket, watching movies and enjoying a bucket of popcorn, along with 800 of my own DVDs that I have as a collection.
Wow, impressive. Thank you. Great meeting you, Tyler, and welcome to the Super family. Hello, Mr. Supranational Zimbabwe. Can you please briefly introduce yourself?
Thank you, Ivan. My name is Tatenda Njanike. I'm a fashion and commercial runway model. I am also a casting director, and I'm also a creative director. I come from a family of four things, and I am also of Zambian and Zimbabwean descent. I'm also into films, and I also love reading books.
Great meeting you, Tatenda. Thank you for introductions. It was great to get to know you better. Next up, as you probably remember, we have personal questions for you. Mr. Supranational Belgium, here's your personal question. Ben, working to live, not living to work. Why do you have this motto in life?
Well, in my opinion, life is really short and you have to enjoy it. Of course, you have to work. You have to work to live, to be able to pay things, to be able to learn, to the ability to learn, the ability to do things. But life is short, as I said. There are so many conflicts, so many negativity. So in my opinion, it is really, my motto is to really enjoy life because life is short. So don't live to work, but work to live.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, Ben. Mr. Supranational Greece, here's your personal question. Do you believe kids should learn to drive from a young age? And why?
Yes, I think they should learn from a very young age, not in the public roads. They can go to tracks with carts and start learning how to drive. and then at 16, 15 years old, they can gradually go out to the roads and learn how to drive.
Why do you think it is important to learn kids to drive?
Because I think, yeah, it's important because when you're young, the brain is still developing and it's easier for you to learn new things to do. So it's the best age to learn something like that.
Okay, got you. Agree. Yeah, thanks. Mr. Supranational Namibia, Marlon, here's your personal question. And I really love this one. You love to host events and gather people. Who would your 3 favorite party guests be and why?
My 3 party guests that I would invite, first and foremost, would be my best friend. It's just the fact that we get along so well and we can just do everything together. And it's just so easy. If I need assistance, they are always there. That would be the first one. Second one would be one of my leaders at work, one of my bosses as well. Just the fact that we also get along so well, we can discuss anything. We've got a personal relationship besides work as well. And then one of the fashion icons and designers in Namibia, I would also invite Louis Munana. He's also recently on one of the Young, Famous and African seasons on Netflix, and I would invite him. He's done so much, and I mean, it's a great group of friends together.
Wow, brilliant answer. Thank you, Marlon. Mr. Supranational Netherlands, Luca, here's your personal question. How did growing up in a diverse background shape you to be the person you are today?
Well, the fact that I have 2 parents, not from the Netherlands, but originally from Italy and Turkey, made me the person I am today, because I grew up in a warm family with a lot of different cultures, a lot of good food, a lot of warm love. In the past, it was very hard for me to experience myself outside at school or at work or wherever I was. I think it's something that I overcame. It has to do something with bullying, because in the past, when I was a younger kid, there were a lot of people who couldn't accept the fact that I'm also part Turkish and also a part Italian. But as a matter of fact, when I grew up and when I became older, I could handle these things. I could face these things. So it's not something what harms me anymore. It made me very special in a way of kind.
Yeah, thanks for sharing this, Luca. Mr. Supranational Nigeria, here's your personal question. You participated in a reality show called Big Brother, right?
Yeah.
Would you recommend trying to get on reality television to young people, or you would not recommend it? Why yes or why no?
So for young people, I feel like we all have lived different lives, and we know how our personalities are, what we can take, the kind of stress we can undergo, or we know our limits to everything. So for reality TV show, that's why it's called a reality TV show, because you're living your truth. It's you. You're not trying to be someone else, because even if you're trying to be someone else, you break at some point and be yourself. That's the truth. So it's not everyone that knows how to like handle some things like that. So for the young people, I just say know what works for you and do it. If you feel like, okay, yes, I'm okay with everyone being in my business, because everyone is going to be in your business after that. Like, you do not have a life of your own again. You now almost like live for the fans. You're careful about what you say, what you do. There are people looking up to you. So it's not everyone that can handle such kind of stress and fame, because it's stressful. But if you know you can take it, yeah, I would recommend, yeah, sure, because it's worth every bit of it. Because you're being looked up to as a role model. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
very
it's
true.
worth it.
Thanks for your answer. Mr. Supranational Poland, Daniel, here's your personal question. You are a model. Do you think this industry portrays false wrong standards of what is beautiful?
Modeling business is about the looks, so something that is visible, but the beauty that is the most important also, of course, is inside. And we are not talking about the beauty that is inside too much, but I don't think it's false business.
Okay, yeah, very true. I agree with you. Thank you. Mr. Supranational South Africa, here's your personal question. Tyler, tell us about one of your deepest fears and what you're doing to overcome it.
Yes, one of my deepest fears. So I'm the type of person, I enjoy finding out what I fear. And then once I actually figure out what I feared, I like to overcome that fear. So one of the fears that I recently overcame is actually the fear of heights. So I forced myself to jump out of a plane and actually go skydiving just to kind of get rid of the fear of heights. So yes, that is one way of actually me being able to get rid of my fear of heights. The next the next fear that I actually have is the fear of the deep sea. Not so much the sea itself, but actually just the animals that live within the sea. You know, some of them can be slightly scary. So I'm currently just doing my deep sea diving license, just so that I can also then one day eventually go down under the sea and just swim around with the amazing creatures they are that seem to be scary from on top here. I am, however, still afraid of snakes. I am getting to that. I am trying my best. But the snakes, they are still a little bit too scary for me.
All right. Let's leave this one for later then. Thank you for your answer, Tyler. Mr. Supranational Zimbabwe to Tanda, here's your personal question. Last year you didn't make it to the Mr. Supranational competition because of the circumstances you could not control. But how did not making it to the Mr. Supranational 2022 affect you personally, and how did you deal with it?
It was for me to first accept that I had failed to show up at the competition. But I also learned that I should not be ashamed of failures. I should not be ashamed of the things that are outside of my control. I learned that the way I overcame this was by I showed up the courage to transform myself. I understood that on the other side of failure, there is growth and transformation. And the person that comes out of a life has something to give to society, a lesson to give others who are failing as well, or are experiencing the similar situations. So I got the courage from that, knowing that I am still the same person, same goals, but I'm now better because of the challenges I overcame.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for your answers. We had a closer look at your personalities. And next up, we have questions from superfans for you. Mr. Supranational Belgium, here comes your fan question. What is a valuable mental health tool that you have learned that you wish kids can learn early on?
I think a valuable tool is to talk about it and to be open about it. And for that, you have to have a good entourage. So family and friends are really important. I think that's really, my little brother is schizophrenic, so that really helped him to get through it. Family, friends, and to talk about it, to be open about it, to not be ashamed about it, because when you are ashamed, you will isolate yourself and you will not feel well. So it is important to have a good entourage, good family, good friends, and to talk about it. That would be my advice.
Yeah, very true. Thank you for sharing this. Mr. Supranational Greece, here comes a question from Superfans community for you. I really love this one. Greece is known for its philosophers, right? Do you have your favorite philosophers, and why are they your favorite philosophers?
Yes, we have a lot of them. Socrates and Aristotle are my favorites, because Aristotle was the teacher of Alexander the Great, so you can understand why.
Yeah.
Yeah, Socrates also was the teacher of Aristotle, so it's yeah.
Is there something that you learned from them? Is there something that they taught you personally? Personally, you.
There are, there are many quotes you can find from things they said. But the most important thing is, I think, is that you can learn from them to think and go beyond the normal, the society, what society says. It teaches you how to think and not be just a sheep that follows the society, whatever it says.
Yeah, right. Totally agree with you. Thank you, Mihalis. Mr. Supranational Namibia, here's your question from Mr. Supranational fans. How do you feel about body type peer pressure at competitions like this?
It was a struggle at first. I'm not one, my body type is not, physically the best, and there's a lot of competition with physique models and all of these six-pack and muscled type of contestants. It's something that I really struggled with at first. And one thing that I really love about majority just supranational is that that's not the thing that they look at and carries the essence of the competition. It's about what goes on in the heart. It's about who you are as a person. And I had to do a mind shift change that pageantry, especially male pageantry, is not just about physique. Although I do everything I can, I work with a personal trainer, I spend a lot of time in gym, I know that's not what it's about. And that's one thing that I really love about Mr. Supranational.
Yeah, very true. Thank you, Marlon. Mr. Supranational Netherlands, here's your fan question. What is the disadvantage of speaking so many languages? If there's any disadvantage.
I don't think so. I don't think that there is any disadvantage. It's just you can get everywhere. You can go everywhere where you want. I mean, when you can speak several languages, this will give you a boost in your career, but also a boost in your personal life. So when I grew up with 3 different languages: Italian, Turkish, and Dutch. At school, I also studied French, German, Spanish, and English.
Wow. Wow.
So this made me speak several languages, not all fluently, but so if I travel to these countries, I'm able to speak with a lot of persons, with a lot of people. Yeah, I think you're a step further than someone who doesn't speak so many languages.
Very true. Yeah, no disadvantages. Totally agree with you, Luca. Thank you. Mr. Nigeria, here's your question from Mr. Supranational fans. What do you think make Africa as a whole truly beautiful?
So I feel with Africa, the beauty in it is because they are connected to their culture and their roots. So no matter how far an African goes, wherever they go in the world, they always try to identify back to their roots, no matter how far or whatever heights they have attained. And it's a beautiful thing for me because it makes me realize that in everything you're doing, in everything you attend, in everything you get to work on, you were once an African before you became that. And connecting back to your roots is also very beautiful. And the fact that every of our natural resources gets to be used for the good of Africa also makes sense. Like, they try to make our resources and raw materials that we get from here into production for things that would also benefit us as Africans. So it's just beautiful, and it's something like it's a sight to bestow.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for your answer. Mr. Supranational Poland, now it's your turn to answer Mr. Supranational fans' question. What is a family or cultural tradition that is important to you, and why?
In Poland, we go to church on Sunday, and after church, we gather and eat lunch together. And it's very important in order to remind yourself, like every week, and that's the day of the week is Sunday, what's the most important in life. And I I am a Catholic, so I do go to church, and then I spend time with my family when I have a chance. I don't do it every day, every week, because I work. I live in Warsaw, and my family lives in a different place. But yeah, that's very important to me. That's a very important tradition to gather together, eat together, and talk about most important things.
Yeah, thanks for sharing this, Dan. Mr. Supranational South Africa, Tyler, here's your question from Superfans community. What is your favorite and least favorite thing about yourself?
Sure. My favorite thing about myself, I would say, is the fact that I care a lot for others. I think my parents got it right when they raised me. They raised me to always know my self-worth other people have in them, and that their values are just as valuable as your values. So I always place others before myself. I try my best to do exactly for them what I would do for myself, just a little bit extra. So I do say that's what I admire most about myself. What I don't admire so much about myself is the fact that I overthink sometimes. I overthink a lot. I tend to get in my own mind space, and then I try to change the scenario where I could have actually just left it to where I was. So the fact that I overthink is definitely something I am working on. And one way I am working on it is I constantly tell myself, wait, just take a minute, breathe, think about it, don't overthink about it, and then let's carry on. And the second thing I don't like about myself is I don't like tomatoes. I don't know why, but I'm just trying to eat tomatoes. Yeah,
Okay.
tomatoes are just my kryptonite. If I was Superman, I would be, yes, no, if you bring a tomato near me, I panic. So I'm trying. Tomato sauce,
Okay.
I've accomplished.
Okay. Thank you, Tyler. Tatanda, Mr. Supranational Zimbabwe, here's your fan question. If you were to write a movie about your life, what would the message of the movie be and why?
The message the movie would go with would be second chances. I believe that I'm where I am today in life. Second chances I've gotten from people that I've encountered, from life itself. And without second chances, I would not be here. But giving someone a second chance, it's an opportunity for them to rediscover themselves, an opportunity for them to work on themselves and improve areas of him that needs improvement and growth. And I believe that the second chances that I got are the reason why I'm here, and I believe everyone deserves a second chance. So definitely the message is seconds.
Thank you. Yeah, great answer. Thank you, Susanna. Thank you, gentlemen. Your fans are super happy right now, I'm pretty much sure. Next up, we have one and the same question for all of you, our general question. Mr. Supranational Belgium, Ben, now it's your time to answer today's general question. Do men and women in sports deserve equal pay?
I think so, yes. Women work as hard or even harder to prove themselves as men. So I think they deserve the same pay. Maybe not in the same, not putting them in the same competitions, but the same pay, yes, because they work as hard as men.
Very true. Thanks for answering, for your thoughts, Ben. And our today's general question to you, Mr. Supranational Greece. Do men and women in sports deserve equal pay?
You know what? I have the opinion that if you can do something that the man can, if you can do something, if you're a woman and you can do something as good as a man, you should get paid as good as a man. If you're not being able to do the same work as a man, you're not deserving to be paid the same. If as a man I bring more fans, I should get paid more. If
Okay.
you can't do the same, I don't think you can. You should be paid the same.
Okay, yeah, got you. Thanks for your answer, Mihaly. Today's general question to you, Mr. Supranational Namibia. Malan, do men and women in sports deserve equal pay?
For me, gender equality is one thing that I really believe in. It's not about the male or female person that you are, the gender you are. For me, I've always believed in if you are good enough, if you're old enough, or good enough, you're old enough. And that's exactly the same for me in sports with male and female as well. I do understand that there's categories for female and there's categories for male, but in essence, no, I don't think there should be a difference between that. Because in the end of the day, a sport is a sport, and if you're good at it, and if you perform well in it, then why should there be a pay difference between male and female? So no.
Very true. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for your answer, Malan. Mr. Supranational Netherlands, now it's your turn to answer today's general question. Do men and women in sports deserve equal pay?
I think men and women do deserve equal pay in sports because we're both the same. There's no difference between a woman and a man. So hard work pays off. Even if a woman does the hard work, she needs to get paid off as well. So why would a man get paid more than a woman?
Yeah, very true. Thank you, Luca. Thank you for your answers. Mr. Supranational Nigeria, now it's your turn to answer today's general question. Do men and women in sports deserve equal pay?
I believe men and women in sports deserve equal pay. Because in a category like soccer or football, as it's being called in some places, the men are playing against men and they're being paid properly. So they are playing against people of the same capability, they have the same, should I say, yeah, they're in the same like body class and all, and so many things are like similar or relative to some of them, and they're paid properly. So with the women, it's not as if they're playing against children or they're playing against disabled people or something. They're playing against women too, and they're putting in their energy, they're putting in their passion, and I feel like they should be rewarded properly for it too. So yeah, I feel like they do deserve equal pay.
Yeah, right.
There would
Very
be
good
no,
answer.
there would be no. Yeah, thank you so much. I was saying there would be no reason to just wake up and say no, a woman does not deserve good pay or equal pay with a man in football. There will be no constructive or realistic reason like that. You can't just say because, you can't just stereotype and say because it's women, they should not be paid. Because that's what many people that would say no, that would be like the idea behind their answer.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very
I
much,
feel they deserve
Mr. Supranational Nigeria. Next up to answer our today's general question is Mr. Supranational Poland. Daniel, do men and women in sports deserve equal pay?
Well, I think if the job is done in the same way, then the payment should be the same too. I don't know how is it in the modeling. Let's say women earn more because they work more, and actually not necessarily, but women care more about fashion. I think so in general sense. So that's why maybe female models earn more. In sports, I think that football players are paid more than female players. If this business would be different, then the payment would be different. Right now, as far as I'm concerned, male players earn more, and I think they deserve it because they do good job. If women would do the same job as men in football, they should have the same payment.
Okay, thank you for your answers, Dan. Title, Mr. Supranational South Africa. Now it's your turn to answer today's general question, which goes like this. Do men and women in sports deserve equal pay?
Yes, I am all about inclusivity. I believe a talent is a talent, whether you a male or female. I believe the same hard work gets put into training as well as performing on the day and going forward. So I definitely do believe no matter what age no matter if you're male or female, I do believe that if you've got the talent and you're giving it your all and you're representing the best of your ability, you should be paid the same.
Yeah, great answer. Totally agree. Thank you, Tylo. Mr. Supranational Zimbabwe, Tatenda, your turn to answer today's general question. Do men and women in sports deserve equal pay?
Yes, I believe men and women in sports deserve equal pay. I believe every gift you have, regardless of your gender, has got an equal contribution to society. And in the sports industry, the gifts that we give to our sports and entertainment, they solve problems, entertain in similar ways, the equal contribution to men and women. So the reward definitely needs to be equal to both men and women.
Thank you very much for your answer, and welcome to the Super family again, Tatenda. Thank you for your answers, gentlemen. You are all so different, but you're all already so dear to us. And most importantly, you're all aspirational and inspirational. Let's be winding up. Let me just remind our audience that you guys can help your favorite candidates advance to the next round of the Mr. Supranational competition by voting for them in our app. Make sure to check out the description box below this video, find the voting link, and support your favorites. See you very soon.
Bye-bye.
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 Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.